Hi everyone. Okay. Oh goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hi everyone. So today we are having another live. Oh, okay. You can see my chat here. That's great. I don't know. Okay, I don't know this one then. Just gonna wait for more people to join the live. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for more people to join the live. Hopefully, we have more people today and we are able to answer more questions. Right. Let's see how that goes. Everyone keep asking me, when is your next live? Okay, my next live, you guys should join and ask me the question you want to ask me. I don't know how my face looks there, but let's wait. We're waiting. Join. Join live, guys. Yeah. Okay. My name is Oge, and yeah, it's actually 7 a.m. here, and I'm doing this live. But if I don't get more people to join, I may have to change this time because this is early in the morning. And yeah, I'm just trying to accommodate more people because it's going to be Saturday in Nigeria and Saturday in UK as well. And I don't know. So, but let's see how many people get to join. Let's give more people some time. Yeah, we got one person. Welcome, Wale. Wale, yeah. Good morning. Good evening. Oh, yeah. Where are you watching me from? Nigeria, right? Where are you watching me from, Wale? Good morning. Good. Nigeria, yeah. So it's around 6 p.m. Oh, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, right? Yeah. Sure, I get that right. How are you doing, though? Thank you for joining. Yeah, so you can share the link just so other people can join as well. And if you have any question you'd like to ask me, you can drop the question. But I hope I'm good too. Thank you. I hope you have watched my videos, and if you have any question on any of them, you can drop them and ask me questions, and I'll be happy to give you answers to them. If I can, yeah, I'll try my best and give you answers to your questions. But if you have watched my videos and maybe my videos have explained your question and you have not watched what's in my videos yet, yeah, that would not be nice anyway. But share the live if you can, please. Thank you. While we wait for other people to join. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Because of the timing, right? It's always not very, I don't know. The timing is not that great, but we keep announcing it. I always always post it on my post on YouTube so that people will know I will be live today, the time and all that. But because the time difference is about 12 hours or 11 hours now, so it's always difficult to, get on with the time, but we get there. We'll get there. So, how to relocate to New Zealand? Everyone keep asking me the same question, and I keep repeating myself. There are ways, and it's either you are studying, work visa, you want to come work, yeah, or you're coming through marriage, or you're coming as a visitor. Those are the way. Those are the genuine way to relocate to New Zealand. But then for the purpose of this, you know, is through work visa and through students. Okay, and if you are coming through visitors visa, perfect. Then we are then talking about scholarship, how to get scholarship to, because it's kind of hard getting paying for school fees, I know, but then people wants to get scholarship. And I also have a video where I explain how to get scholarship, and some are fully funded scholarship. So even masters you can, and PhD you can get scholarship. I have a video where I have someone who had a scholarship, who has scholarship, and currently in New Zealand. I have the video. I had interview with her. Her name is Rhoda, and there are questions and answers there on how to go about getting a research topic and things like that. It's on there. And also, I talk about how to get employment, and the only route to get that is through accredited employer work visa. That is it. You have to get an accredited employer. If not, yeah, I know you have a lot of questions. Just drop them. Okay, let's see how many we can cover today. Yeah, drop your questions. Drop your question. Not a problem. I'll do my best to give answers to them. And if I cannot, I'll get back to you on that. I hope that's fine, right? So let's get on to it. Since yeah, so other people can watch this later and maybe learn from it. Yeah, but like I was saying, so accredited work employer work visa is the pathway for skilled workers. Yeah. So what you just need to do is you go on the if your skill is listed on the green list, perfect. Then what you just need to do is start applying. Go to the Immigration New Zealand website and look for the list. Look for the list. The list I have um on my video. I've done a video on the list of accredited employer, but those ones may not be updated as at the time of your application. So you want to go back there and check the list of other skills, because the one I did on the video I did on the list of accredited employers, I was only focusing on caregiving, healthcare. But then there are more to, there are other skills. I mentioned administration, I mentioned IT, I mentioned construction, I mentioned barista, hospitality, a lot of skills that are on the green list. What you just need to do is, even electrician, plumber, they're on there. So you just want to go to the immigration website, check on the updated list, and look for the accredited employers, and either you go to their website directly and apply, or you look for them on the job sites like the career sites, job career dot that dot com dot career nz, yeah, and look for these employers. So Wale, please drop your questions so that I can um answer them. Okay, so those are the ones, like I explained. Osas, welcome, good evening, good evening. So those are the ones that I've explained. So Osas, if you have any questions as well, please drop them so we can cover as much questions as we can. So this live is for 7 to 8, so that means 1 hour. If we are able to cover them in 1 hour, good and fine. If not, I'm going to do a video especially for any of your questions, and I would be answering them. That's fine. So Yeah, today is Sunday and it's just 7 p.m. So I'm still going to church. I'm still going to church. So yeah, but guys, but I'm sure my videos are not very long, and I try as much as possible to go straight to the point because I don't like wasting people's time. So if you have not seen my videos, please go ahead, and most of them, the longest video I have there is like 10 minutes. So I'm sure, and I try as much as possible to go straight to the point. I don't muck around. Okay, let's see your question. I applied for work visa to an agent, and the agent told me it would take like 5 to 6 months. My question is, how true is it? How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? Okay, Wally, you applied to an agent. How are you sure the agent has a license to bring people over? I don't know. But with this agent thing, I don't want to get involved with it. But if you have done your own due diligence and you are certain about that agent which you're going through, okay. If they ask you to wait, you wait. Okay, but yeah, if you have done your own due diligence before going through that agent, maybe you've seen like reviews from other people that they said, okay, they went through his agent and it worked. They got them the visa, the work visa, and all that, and it worked, and they had license agent. Then good and fine. If they have to wait 5 to 6 months, you wait. What I'm doing here is educating people on how to get the job by themselves. I don't have any affiliate agents I'm linking anyone to. So what I'm preaching here is do it yourself. Does that answer your question? Do it yourself. And I have videos explaining how to go through it step by step yourself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, says I want to start. Okay, yeah, perfect. Wally, I hope I answer your question. And if not, can you just let me know in the comments so I can put more light to it if I can. Yeah. Okay. I want to start applying for this in New Zealand. How do I pre- predictate employer? Okay, so we are trying to say is that how do you know which of the employers to apply, right? Okay, so Sas, have you seen my videos on how to get a job in okay, thank you for that, Wale. How to apply for healthcare jobs or how to apply for caregiver jobs in New Zealand with or without experience. Have you seen that video? I explained on there. Okay, I explained on there. So I explain how to get healthcare assistant jobs in New Zealand. Okay, and the best way, which is the only way to do that, is through the accredited employer. What when I say accredited employers, okay, so with the New Zealand policy, right? Before an employer would be able to bring you over to New Zealand, right? They must have gone through, a certain level of advertising that same role in New Zealand. Okay. And if they are unable to find, then they would go out of New Zealand and bring people in. Okay. Those employers, so not every employer has the ability to do so. So any employer that has the ability to do so are called accredited employers. All right. So, and I also mention again that for you to see all these people, so if you're applying to, and job website, you will see a lot of jobs. You see a lot of jobs. And most of those jobs there, some of them are not going to take people outside New Zealand because they do not have the license to do so. And that is why they will ask you for work rights. You have to have the work right to live and work in New Zealand. But some of them would be there on that job site and would tell you on their website when you go through, when they advertise their role, you want to go down, or maybe some of them will just put it even from the first two sentences of their advertisement that they are accredited employers. They would put it there on their advert that they are accredited employer. So once you see that they are, then you can apply to them. Okay. So for me to answer your question now, but you need to go and check. I have a video that I've done, okay, that I did a list of accredited employers. So you may want to go to immigration website to check the updated list for accredited employer under the healthcare. Just like every other person, if you want to go look for a job in construction, you want to go look for a job in IT, look for accredited employer under that sector. That is what you're looking for. And when you get the list, you can have an Excel sheet, put them down there, and start applying to them directly. Or you go to the job site, job career site like the jobs trade me see career.nz. You go there and look for that employer, just the accredited employer, and apply to them directly or through the job, advertise whatever they have advertised. But the easier way for you to do that is go on the list, or go into immigration New Zealand website, check on the accredited employer list, the updated one, and just take out the names, the list of. I know this can be a lot of work for some people, but then if you are determined, so success does not come, you just passing by and it's just going to eat you. You have to work for it. You have to work towards it. You have to put in that effort. Get the list, put them on your spreadsheet, apply to them, record every application that you've done, because you don't know which one will contact you. And that's how it is. I hope that answered your question, Osas. I hope I'm able to, answer your question. And if not, please let me know in the comments, and I would be may be able to, give an additional update on that. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oli. Through your video I have watched concerning okay. Yeah, perfect. Etc. But I couldn't see anything pertaining to driver's job over there. Yes, yes. That's correct. I'm sure, I don't know if you're listening, but I just said now that the video that I did was based focus on healthcare. On healthcare. Based focus on healthcare. So if you want to see for bus drivers, mostly they are bus drivers, truck drivers, those are under logistics. Okay, they're under logistics. So if you want to see jobs or employers under logistics, then you go to immigration website, you look for employers under logistics. Okay, so you would see the list of the accredited employers, and you see the list of applicant employers, and you can put them down and start applying through them. And also when you go to the job site like the job trade me or seek, look for jobs under logistics. Okay, if you're looking for driver, you may not get the a, a driver, because they have a specific name they call themselves. They don't call themselves driver. Does that make sense? You can either see a courier, a bus driver, a truck driver, not just driver. Does that does that answer your question? Let me know. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So if you're looking for, you just go under warehousing and logistics, I guess. Warehousing and logistics. Then um then you can start looking for the job. So for each sectors, they have, so when you go on immigration sector, on immigration website, you would see the list, the green list for all the sectors. So just look for the one you're looking for. They have health, they have IT, they have construction, they have logistics, they have warehousing, a lot of it. Okay, so you just want to focus on the ones. The video I did was basically focused on healthcare, and that's why there is no um driver employment employer there. Yeah, I'm happy that answered your question. So for every other person watching, the video I did for the list of accredited employer is a healthcare focus only. So if I had to do videos of every sector, it's going to be a very long list. But then you have the link. I have the link of immigration New Zealand website, or you just go on your Google and just type it immigration New Zealand and go to their website and just search for the accredited employer list, and it's going to pop out and you can. But like I said, if you want to get something, you have to be ready to work towards it. Okay, as a truck driver, is a Nigerian driver license. Okay, please can I use a Nigerian driver license over them for employment? No, no, you can't. Sorry. So the idea is, so if you are driving a truck in Nigeria, right? I'm sure there is something they call it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about the car, the car class one. But then over here, if you have been, you have a license driving a truck, you have a license driving a truck in Nigeria. When you come over to New Zealand, you have to do a test again. So you have to do a test because Nigerian road code is different from New Zealand road code. And because the wheel is not the same thing. Nigeria, we use our right wheel here, but over in Nigeria it is left side. That's another thing. And the road code is very, in fact, that's the most important thing. It's like a test, a theory test that you need to do. You pass it. When you pass it, then you move to the next stage. But then if you have a valid license from Nigeria, then you can convert it. Okay? You can use it for 1 year, like you can drive normally for 1 year, but I think you can get a job with it. You can drive yourself, your family for 1 year using it, but then you cannot get a job with that license. Does that make sense? Good. So before you can get a job, you need to convert it to New Zealand license. And by doing that, you go through the first stage, you do a test, so that the test is just the theory, they would give you a theory test. So you will be able to identify the code, the limit, the speed limit, and things like that. If you pass that stage, then you would have to do another one, which is the practical one. You have someone stay with you in the car, you drive along, you show them how you are able to navigate the road, And if you succeed and pass that one, good. Then for the truck driving, there is another test that you have to do again, and there's other medical you have to go, because they have to check your they check that you are drugs, like they check your system, like it's under medical shop, but then the medical will just check that you're physically fit, mentally stable, your sides, they check everything, you know, properly. Then if you pass that test, they also check your, they'll do drug test as well. If you pass everything, you go on the road, you show them how you are driving, and when you pass that, fine. Then you get the New Zealand um class. It's called class, either class 3 or 4 or 5. So they have like class 3, class 4. But then for bus driver, I think it's maybe like class 4 or class 3. Don't quote me with that. But then I know class 1 is the normal drive car vehicle. But then they have class 2, which is the bus driver, and they have class 3, class 4, class 5, like that. But with your question, um, you cannot use Nigerian license to get a job. No, sorry. Let me phrase that again. You cannot use Nigerian license to drive or to work for an employer in New Zealand. No. Before you work for an employer in New Zealand with your license, you need to convert it. And before you can convert it, you need to go through a test. Does that answer your question? Let me know, please. Okay. Okay. I think I should help do a video concerning. Okay. Okay, I can put that down. Not a problem. Um. Yeah, I can. Um. I would do that. Not a problem. Put that on my book. And what again? Any information regarding medical laboratory technician? Any information? How do you mean? It's still the same route. Um, I'm missing. Okay, sorry if I'm not saying your name correctly, but then it's still the same. You still need to look for the employer, and as I mentioned earlier, you look for an accredited employer to offer you a job. Okay. Okay. So you get an employer to give you a job. That's it. Um, are you saying they can employ with Nigeria license except? No, they cannot. No. I will be honest with you, they cannot. They cannot employ they cannot employ you with New Zealand with Nigerian license. Even while you're here, so before you can get the job, you need the license. And with Nigerian license, you cannot get that job. So you need to convert the license first of all. But then you can drive on your own, right? You can drive, like if you're here with Nigerian license, you can drive your own car for 1 year. You're permitted to do that for 1 year, then you can change it. Then if I can't, I can go about. How can I go about it? How can you go about it? How can you go about converting your? Okay, hold on. I think I skipped the question. Let me go back to this. Apart from job search, is there any other way to relocate to New Zealand? Study. I have a video, a old video, a lot of videos on study. So you can come through to New Zealand through study as well. So you know, master's, PhD. I have a video where I have someone live and they have explained on how to get a research, how to get scholarship. It's on there on my, it's on there. The videos are on there. Please look for it. I can send them to you as well, maybe at the end of this live, if you put a question on there. So if you comment on any of my videos, I can, look for the videos and just, tag you to them so you can see a lot of videos on study. So that's another way to relocate. You can also relocate through visiting. You get a visitor's visa. You come over. If you're lucky enough, you get a job under the accredited employer, and you can then convert it or apply for work visa. Yes, there are a lot of ways to do so, not just work, study, visitor, and yeah, and maybe marriage. But then I really don't talk about the marriage one because those ones are separate. Okay, I hope that answered your questions, Osas. I don't know, no, Osas. Oh, ask me like, okay, okay, yeah, Osas. Yeah. Apart from job, you can come through study. Okay, Ithaca, I can. That's a very big question. So, apart from driving jobs, what other skills do you have? Welcome, Nandi. Not really, but then we are halfway through it though. But then if you have any question, you can drop it. Okay, if you have any question, just drop them. Then I'll do my best to have until I have another 30 minutes to go with this one anyway. So I'm still here. So then if I can go about it. Okay. So apart from driving, do you have any other skill? If you have any other skill that you can use to apply for jobs, then you can. If you get the job, you'll come over to New Zealand and maybe you can then start pursuing your driving career. Does that make sense? Or because you have to be in New Zealand, convert the license. You have to be physically in New Zealand to convert the license. You cannot convert the license in Nigeria. From Nigeria, it's not possible. You have to be physically here because you have to be physically do the tests here in New Zealand. You have to physically do the driving test because you have to do the driving test here in New Zealand. I don't know how you can do it if you're not in New Zealand. That's why I'm asking if you have any other skills apart from driving skill. Use that to get a job. Once you get a job and you move to New Zealand, then you can start exploring your driving career. I hope that answered your question. Thank you. So, um, yeah. So most agents will not be hi, Chiamaka, Chiamaka, yeah, Oma. Okay. So most agents will not be open to you. I'm not saying agents cannot help. I'm not saying agents cannot get you a job, but most of them will not be really. They will not be, they will not tell you everything. And that's why I have this live, so I can put more light to it. So, but then before you go through an agent, do your own due diligence. Make sure that you have reviews, other people have used them and they have confirmed that yes, they do help with things like that. Then yes, you can All right. Yeah. But what I preach here is do it yourself. But then not everybody can do it by themselves, which I understand. So that's why there are agency that you can go through. But before you go through them, please do your own due diligence. Okay. Wale Nawa. Oh, what is Nawa again? But, but can I go through any other route to come to New Zealand, then later apply for the driving license? Yes, I just said that, Wale. I did say that. Asked that. I said, do you have any other skills? Right? If you have any other skills, just think about it. I know you would have other skills apart from driving. Yeah. So think about it. I have a video on my channel that um it's on there for different other skills, like admin, like construction, like electrician, no, technicians, other electrician, technicians, warehousing, healthcare, caregiving as well. And what other one is it? Hospitality. There are a lot of sectors. There are a lot of sectors that you can explore. Yeah, a lot of sectors that you can explore and get a job through any of those sectors, apart from logistics. Yes, apart from logistics, get a other sector that you already have experience in, build on it, do a CV, apply for the job, get the job, come to New Zealand, then explore your driving career. Yeah, yeah, they're just being cautious. Most people do fail that test. Hmm. That test is hot cake. So when you have that class two, because it's called class two driver license, when you have that class two driver license, you can get any, when you get that, you see that truck license is hot cake. And they don't just give it to anybody. So you have to do the test. You have to do the medical test as well, because they will check your drug, that you don't have any drug in your system. They will check your high, they will check every is a complete check that they will do. And you will do a practical test. You go and show them how you can drive. If you pass and you get that license, it's a very good pay. It's a very high pay. So you cannot be in Nigeria and get that job, unfortunately. Okay. Um Sorry guys. Questions now that I already missed out. Okay. What if I come over with visitors visa? Yeah. Can I get, of course, visitors visa? No, no. So are you, let me understand your question. When you come as a visitor, because most of depends, okay? If you come as a visitor, you come on a visitor's visa. If your visitor's visa allows you to work, yes, you can get a job. You can get a seasonal job. Is that not your question? Because you said, what if I come over with visit? Come over with visit. Can I get work? Yeah, sorry, I don't want to give you a response on that question because I really do not understand it. If you can put that question again so I understand what you're trying to say, because I don't want to assume. Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't want to assume that this is what you're trying to ask me and then I'm providing a different answer. I want to be specific. So if you can please type out your question again, or Chiamaka, if you can please type up your question again, then I will be able to give you the response. Thank you. Okay. Is there any way like family my migration to New Zealand? Of course, your family can move over, but then you need a job to move your family over to New Zealand. You need a job to move your family over to New Zealand. Okay. Do I need the English test? So when you get a job through the accredited employer, you do not need to write the English test. No, you don't need to write the English test when you get a job. But then when you move over to New Zealand with that job, okay, and you want to convert your work visa to residency, that is when you would need to write that test. The IE Health TS test, that's when you need to write that test to convert your work visa to a resident visa. Does that answer your question? But before moving to New Zealand, if you move to New Zealand with a work visa and you got that work, you got a job offer through the accredited employer, then you don't have to write that test. But I'm saying this again. But then when you move over to New Zealand and you want to convert your work visa to a resident visa, then you need to write the high health TS test. I hope that answer your question. If not, let me know. I can put more clarification on there. So I arrived this section late. Oh, okay, that's all right. Can I apply with my international driver license? Apply for what exactly? You want to apply? You mean apply for a job or apply to? I don't understand, please. MB, I don't understand that question. Can I apply with my apply for a job? You mean? Of course, you can apply for a job. So far as your form of identity, and also they will ask for your passport. You can use your international passport as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but then if not, please let me know. Okay. Chiamaka. Okay, I mean, yeah. Thank you for putting that again. Thank you so much, Chiamaka. Okay. I mean, can I easily get a seasonal job that can enable me to switch to work visa? Okay, yeah. When you arrive, you can get a seasonal job. So to get a seasonal job, you still have to apply for the jobs, or you go through an agent if they have jobs and need people to fill in those roles, they would give you the job. Yes, you can get a seasonal job. But then, like I said, if you're coming on a work visitors visa, every visitors visa has a condition, depending on what your own condition is. If it allows you to work, good and fine. And when you can get, and you can go through agents in New Zealand, the recruitment agents, that's what I mean by agent. Recruitment agents, you can go through them, apply for jobs. Yeah, for seasonal job. Yes, you can. Okay, is it advice? Let me know if I answer your question, Shiamaka. And if not, you can put the question on again so I can give you more clarity. Okay. Is it advisable to come through visitor visa, you mean? Visitor visa, and later change to, of course. Of course, yes, Wally, yeah. Come through visitor visa and later change to work. Okay. When you come, let me clarify to you. When you come to New Zealand with a visitor visa, before you can get a work visa, a work, it's called work visa. You need a job. You need a job to get a work visa. Yeah, good. So, and to get a job, you need to get an accredited employer to give you that job. So when you get that offer letter, then you can apply to immigration that, oh, you now got a job, or you have a job now. Then you put in your application, then they would change your work visa, your visitor's visa, to a work visa, because work means you have a job, right? Um, is it advisable to come through? Okay, I think I've answered that question. Okay. Um, and later change to work for my dual license during the visitor's visa. Oh, you mean, okay. Hmm. You mean you want to come to New Zealand on a visitor's visa and later change it to work visa, okay? And apply for your driver license to it. Of course, yes, you can. If you have a work visa, you can apply for the tests, driver license tests, do the tests, and get your license. Yes, if you have the work visa. Yes. Okay, that's exactly what I meant. You answered the question. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm glad then. Thank you. So, Chamaka, okay, what are the chances of getting a job that can enable me switch to work visas? There are jobs, okay, but then we're still not going to rule out that the job is very competitive. Okay, so there are jobs, but then what you're looking for, so you're asking for the chances. I really can't give any percentage, to be honest, but depending on when you arrive, depending on what the New Zealand market is at the time of your arrival, you can find a job and you may not find a job easily like you think. It might take 1 or 2 months. Yeah, I'll be plainly honest with you. You can take 1 or 2 months to get a job, but then when you get a job, then you got a job. Yes. So because there would be, where you have to go through recruitment agency, you put in your name down, you apply for the jobs online, and you go for several interviews. It might take some time, like a month or two. Yeah, it's just like every other country. You don't just, um get into the country and the job is there waiting for you, except people that already have, a job, or they have a complaint, or they are wanting to employ you immediately, just like you get the job from Nigeria. If you get a job from Nigeria or from any other country, then you're coming into the country to start the job. That's different. But then when you're in New Zealand, you apply, you come into New Zealand to look for the job. It's different because it's going to take you some time to actually get that job. And I'm giving like 1, 2 months, could be 3 months, depending. Some people can even be like 6 months. So depending. So everybody cases is case by case. It's case by case. Um okay. What if I visit by December? Can I get a job? Okay, so if you visit by December, of course, if you have a work right, if it's by December, you can go through the agent. Yeah, that's very easy way, very quick, the quickest way to get a job. You go through the recruitment agencies. Okay, you don't just sign up with one of them; you sign up with multiple of them. So those ones, they have, they work with employers, and they would have seasonal jobs, maybe picking fruits, maybe care. It could be caregiving as well, depending. Yes, it is possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible. So if you visit by December, are you saying if you can get a job in December? I'm not going to answer that question because I don't know. Depends on how you want it, right? So if you want it so bad, then you need to put in more effort to get that job. by applying for those jobs, going to different recruitment agencies to put down your name and let them know that you are available to work. And also location. It depends on where you are going to in New Zealand. Where are you coming? Are you going to Auckland? Are you going to Wellington? So different cities. It depends. So I really cannot tell you that once you land in New Zealand, there's a job waiting for you. I'm not going to say that. But then if you get a job from Nigeria and you're coming here to resume, then that's a different thing. Um, of course, yes, I'm gonna help. I would send you the list or SAS. But then if you can go to any of my videos and just put that comment, um send me the accredited employer list, then I would see that comment and then put it there. I'll put it there. I will give you the link. But then I can do it right now. I can send you the link right now because I'm on live. But then if you go to any of my videos and just drop the comment, I would be able to send you that link. Thank you, Osas Gabriel. Thank you, ma, for your time and lecture. It's really I'm so glad that at least I'm able to help answer some of your questions. May God keep blessed. Amen, and bless you too. Please, ma, can you share your Facebook page? My Facebook page is still this is my let me see if I can type here. That is my Facebook page. Is my name. Is my name. So basically, yeah, just look for my name. That's it. Just look for my name. It's there. I've got about 2.3k followers, so you should be able to link with me there. So it's public, so you can just follow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad that I'm able to answer all of your questions or some of your questions. And thank you guys for joining me. And thank you so much. I didn't even know that it's going to take up to this time, but please, most likely don't forget to post a video. Do a video on that. I will do my best to do a video on that. So, specifically for drivers, right? Truck driving, right? Yeah, I would do a video on that. I'll get more information and I'll do a video on that one. Okay, so that would give you more information on how to go about it. So thank you guys for joining me today. I'm gonna post this video so that other people can also watch this. And if you have any other question, can I message you directly on Facebook? My Facebook is open. You can message me, not a problem. If I am able to help with any of your question, I will do so, not a problem. The same way I'm helping here as well. I'm glad to do the same on Facebook. Just like I don't go live on Facebook, I go live here. So my live is here today's Sunday, and over there in Nigeria it is Saturday. In UK it is Saturday, and I don't know. So you just want to check. I have caregiver for this. Can I get a job? Of course you can get a job. Of course you can get a job, but you just have to apply for the job to get the job. Yeah, you can. So I'm gonna meet you guys again next week. So if you have any question, I'm also gonna drop another video this week, this coming week. So watch out for it. If you have any question, please put them down and we'll see you again on my next live. Any of your question, invite your friends, invite your family. Let me know how I'm able to help you. Um, I guess this is my calling now. So let me see how I'm able to help you guys. Okay. My email is on my bio. So on my YouTube page, you would go when you go to the page, you will see my email address. It's on there, but then it's purely for business only. It's purely for business only. If it's not business, then I am not may not be able to respond to you, unfortunately. But then if you have any question you want to ask me, you can ask me on the comment section. I'm happy to answer you all of your questions. But then if you're coming to my email, you're asking me for a specific thing, for a specific guidance, which is going to be just for you, then that is servicing you only. Does that make sense? And it's purely business email only. All right. But then I'm happy to answer any of your questions. If you drop them on my live, if you drop your question on my videos, I'm happy to answer the question because it's going to benefit every other person. But then if you're coming to me privately, then that's business. All right. All right, guys. I'll see you again next week. Um, Same time, my dear. Same time, Wale. Um, oh, would there be live video every week? Okay, I'm trying to do this every week, every Sunday. Every Sunday, I'm trying to do this every Sunday. Same time. I started at 7 a.m. So it's 7 p.m. on Saturday. So join me again next week. All right, join me again next week. It's the same time, 7 a.m. New Zealand time. It's 7 p.m. Saturday, Nigerian time. 6 p.m. UK time, Saturday. Yeah. So I'm happy to help. Just invite your family, invite your friends, or anyone that is interested. Anyone that looks wants to um move over to New Zealand and they needed some tips to help them, I'm happy to help you guys. You do not like this life. Why do you not like this life? I had like 9 people on here and I just have two. Anyway, thank you so much. I will see you again next week. I'll just put it here. See you next week. See you next week. Sunday, 7 a.m. New Zealand time or New Zealand time, and Nigerian time is on Saturday. That's 7 p.m. Saturday, and UK time is Saturday as well. I think because their time has changed in UK, so it is 6 p.m. in UK. Yeah, so it's 6 p.m. in UK. All right, good night. Thank you, Saz. Thank you. God bless you too and your family as well. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. You having to give out your time to join my live. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Please watch my videos and leave any comment, leave the comments, your questions on my comments, and I would be glad to give you more clarification on that one. Okay. So I'm gonna drop another video this week that just coming, and that video is gonna be very, very educating. It's gonna even open more ideas. It's gonna give you more clarity on how to navigate your move to New Zealand. All right, so watch out for that video. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Take care. Bye. Yeah, because I'm going to church. I'm going to church. So it's 8 p.m. 8 a.m. now. So I need to go to church. Thank you guys. Bye. Love you. Mwah.